Andy in the attic here. You might notice there's no background noise of seagulls. Unfortunately, bird flu is a massive epidemic around these parts, and there's not many left. We've been moving bodies all over the place. So yeah, seagull population around here massively reduced. Now, it came as a surprise to me that seagulls are actually on the endangered list. I know, who'd have known it? So there's a lot less around these days. It's a lot quieter up here. Now, this video is about the worst business strategy I have ever encountered. This is something I've seen quite a bit over the years, and I don't really understand the mindset. It's something I can't put myself on the inside of. And the people I know who do this, some of whom I've known for a very long time, I've never been able to get them to understand it or see what it is I'm trying to explain to them. So I've kind of given up. So this is like the worst mindset to get into if you're trying to run a business or trying to start a business. And it's the one that I have never found a way to do anything about. So any suggestions you might have, stick it in the comment section. I'd appreciate it. Now, I think of this as the pot at the end of the rainbow, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow strategy. The next big thing that's going to rescue me. Essentially, the mindset is this. I'm needing desperately to make some money, and I need the thing that's going to solve everything for me. It's almost like the gambler mindset, but not applied to gambling. So they're always on to the next big thing. This week, they're going to make an app. This week, they got this great idea that's going to make everything different. Next week, it's something else. There's always the next big thing. There's a dreamer element to it, and after a year, nothing's changed. They're still doing it. So, for example, somebody I've just been working with or talking with, how about learning to create websites in WordPress? I reckon you can probably do that in 2 weeks. When I learned WordPress, I spent a week going through YouTube videos and various instructions on the internet. I made up a dummy site, just experimented with everything. Then once that was done, I deleted that and then tried to make a website for real. I was actually quite pleased with the end result in week 2. Then I deleted that. I now knew what I needed to do from if I was going to start again. I started again. I now create my own websites. Now that was 2 weeks of hell, as far as I'm concerned. Not stuff I enjoy doing, steep learning curve, very frustrating, wish I didn't have to do that. However, the payoff now is enormous. Now, there'll be some people who go, well, I don't really want to do that. I'll create the app. I'll do the next big thing instead. And 2 weeks later, they still not got anywhere. And in those 2 weeks, they could have learned how to work, do their own website. I learned to do my own accounting. I've learned all the different aspects of business. I went off and did courses and studied those things. What I wasn't doing is accumulating letters after my name as a therapist to try and get the business. I knew to run a business, you need to have a business concept and know how to run a business. So I went and did business courses. People with the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow don't do that. They're always waiting for the thing that's going to rescue them from their desperation. And of course, as time goes on, they get more desperate. And as time goes on, they want to do less of the stuff that feels like it's taking them away from the goal, like learning to do all the things they don't really want to have to learn to do and put the time in. They want the next big thing. It doesn't work. There's people I've known for years, a very long time. And these are good people. These are intelligent people who absolutely know, basically, if they put a business plan together and actually enacted that, they would be extremely successful. I suspect they're never going to be successful because after all these years, I still hear them doing the same strategy of the next big thing. They're never actually going to do it. And so this is the thing. And gamblers do the same thing. Gamblers, it's like, okay, I'm in big debt here. I'm getting increasingly trouble. Okay, this spin of the roulette wheel, that bet on the horses, that's the thing that's going to win me big, and that's going to save me, and everything will be fine then. But it doesn't work. It's the worst possible strategy you can employ. Sure, if 1,000 people do that enough times, there will be a small, very small percentage who will make it big. And that's my other little metaphor, the golden carrot. The golden carrot that keeps everyone going for it because there's always that possibility of making it big. What I do know it works is slow and steady development of a business. You work at the capacity you're able to do, always adding something each day to develop and expanding the business. Over time, it will become successful. You've just got to persist at it and do the right stuff. You've got to obviously have the right business plan. But this kind of waiting, not wanting to do the intermediate steps, you just want the end result, is possibly the worst strategy you can get to. The end result is the direction in which you're moving. It is not the goal or the destination. It is the direction in which you move. Slow and steady wins the race. Gambling on a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, that doesn't exist. It's not going to help. DC